Hey everyone. So first and foremost, if you can hear everything that's going on outside, I apologize. We are in the middle of a nor'easter, and sadly there's nowhere in the house where I can film where I at least can't hear the storm, so I'm really hoping the camera isn't picking up how loud this is. I'm hoping it's mostly picking me up instead of that. But anyway, I am so excited. This is going to be my announcement video for my participation and co-hosting of the Cloak and Dagger Christmas Readathon, and oh boy am I excited. So this Readathon is so cool. It was created by the wonderful Kate Howe over, well, I was going to say over at Kate Howe. That doesn't. Her channel name and her name are the same. Here on BookTube is what I should have said. There we go. And so last year she created this and she hosted it by herself, and the whole point of the Readathon is to read as many or as few mysteries in the month of December as you would like. It's very cool. It's kind of in the same spirit as the Victorians telling and reading ghost stories at Christmas, kind of do something scary at Christmas. I love it. Anyway, so last year she hosted by herself, and this year she has very kindly included me and two other ladies for co-hosting with her. And so it's Kate and me, and the two other ladies are Kate from the novel Nomad and Mel from MelsBooklandAdventures. And I have done read-alongs or buddy reads with all three of these ladies, and they are all wonderful. So I'm super excited to have been invited to co-host with them, and I just think this is going to be so much fun. So this is a very chill readathon, and Kate, at least in our Voxer conversation, Kate was stressing that there are no written challenges, no video challenges. There's not a certain number of mysteries you have to read. It's supposed to be kind of just a relaxing, fun readathon. There are prompts, but the cool thing about these prompts, in the spirit of relaxation, is you can kind of interpret them any way you like. So they're just kind of guidelines for your TBR, but they're very vague guidelines. So what I have done, I'm going to try to get all of these done in one video, but I may end up having to do two. But unfortunately, I don't have any of the books to show you. Sorry, it's just really, the storm is very loud. Anyway, I don't have any of the books to show you because I am not at my normal home, and I left them all at home when I was trying to film last night. And I'm sorry that I didn't upload this yesterday. I should have said this was meant to be up yesterday, but all of my devices decided to die at once except my computer. But since the devices that I recorded on were dead, I couldn't upload the video. I couldn't send it to my computer to then upload because the other two were dead. Anyway, so that's why I'm doing this today. So what I've done for the prompts for myself is I am going to tell you what the prompt is, do one book as a recommendation for something that I've already read that fits in this prompt, and then something that's on my TBR for this prompt. And hopefully, I'm sorry that I can't show you the books, but hopefully that'll make the video go a little faster, and I may even be able to do just the one video. We will see. So for the first prompts are sugar and spice, and they're all kind of opposites. So for sugar, I'm recommending the same series that I'm actually going to be reading a book from, and that is the Hamish Macbeth series by M.C. Beaton. And I chose this for sugar because it's sweet and it's cozy, and it just makes me feel really good when I read these. And you can interpret that. You can either do it as like something that makes you feel all good inside, or you can do kind of a literal thing where a mystery, you know, that involves a bake shop, or a mystery that has sugar in the title, something like that. But anyway, the reason I chose this series is because I just really love it. It is set in the Scottish Highlands, and It's set in a fictional village, small village called Lockdew, and the main detective is Constable Hamish Macbeth. And I really love Hamish. I love the villagers. I either love or love to hate the kind of guest characters that come into each book, because some of them you're really meant to despise, which is fun. And I love the setting, of course, and MC Beaton's plots. I think my two favorite things about this are the setting and the way she comes up with her motives for the killers are so cool, because for at least 2 of the 4 that I've read, I'll be halfway through the book and think, oh, I think it could be this person. But then I'll think, well, no, you just have a bad vibe about that person, but they really have no motive, so why would they kill the victim? And then at the end, it'll be that person, maybe, but it'll be a completely twisted maze of a motive where you're just like, how did she come up with this? And then the way she explains it is just so cool. I really love, that's my favorite part, is not even the reveal of the killer, but the reveal of the motive. So I really like this series. So I recommend, I kind of started reading these in order, so that's probably how I would recommend it, but you might be able to jump in anywhere. And if you're more a fan of that, I would recommend starting with book 2 of the first 4, because it's just my favorite. It's called Death of a Cad. But I really do think it's more fun to start at the beginning. And then my TBR for this, I'm going in order, so my next one will be the 5th book, which is Death of a Hussy. And then for Spice, I took this 2 ways. One way is kind of the direction that I naturally went, and then we were talking about this on Voxer, and Kate Howe was saying that when she was thinking of this, of Spice, she was kind of thinking hard-boiled mysteries, ones that make you feel a little more intense, a little more uncomfortable. And I don't really read those, so I have thought of one that I've read and one that I want to read, but my natural direction was kind of more cozies that were a little bit scarier, scared me a little bit more than normal. So I have 4 books for this. So for the hard-boiled that I have read, I just so strongly recommend Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I definitely considered this hard-boiled because it's very gritty, and trigger warning for anyone who needs it, this has some graphic depictions of violence against women and specifically sexual violence, but that's kind of the whole point of the book and of the Millennium Trilogy. Stieg Larsson basically wrote it to be to kind of raise awareness about violence against women in his home country, which I believe is Sweden. And, physical violence, sexual violence, domestic violence, just violence against women in general, because it's apparently, sadly, a very big thing, and doesn't get enough attention as far as trying to stop it. So it's an incredibly intense book, but it is amazing. I came out of it and I was speechless, essentially. So I do very strongly recommend. For the one that I haven't read that is on my TBR, I have an audiobook called Their Lost Daughters by Joy Ellis. This is narrated by Richard Armitage. Not gonna lie, the narration by Richard Armitage is the primary reason why I got it from Audible. But I have heard amazing things about this this series. There are already 2 more books out, and it's only been out for a couple of months, so it's been 1 book a month for 3 months. So it's been wildly popular, so I'm excited to try it. And then for Spice, for cozy, kind of darker cozy, my recommendation is very, very highly, and then there were none by Agatha Christie. It is my favorite Agatha Christie. I don't think it will ever change from being my favorite. It is one of the best plots I have ever read, not only in a mystery, but in any book. It is incredibly terrifying at times, and the reveal of who the killer is one of the coolest things I have ever seen, read, heard of in my life. It is brilliant. So yes, I very strongly recommend that. And then for one that I haven't read yet, I'm sort of cheating with this. I saw the Poirot ITV adaptation for this, and that's how I know that it's going to make me, that the book is going to make me a little more uncomfortable than some of the others, and that is Cards on the Table, which is in my Poirot chronological read-through, and that one falls in December. I still have 3 to read this month in November, but that one is going to fall in December, so I thought it was a good one to use for spice. It's just really, it's kind of an unsettling story, so I'm really looking forward to it, especially because it has many other of Christie's detectives in it, not just Poirot. So next is Summer and Winter. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to stop here and go for a second video. So, thank you for watching part 1, and stay tuned for part 2.